Hello, I'm with Jacob Bell today. Can you guys tell me how you pulled off such an impressive win?
Yeah, the boys had something special at the shop that made this thing hooked up. It was super fast.
What did they put that was so special?
They actually put some of this Rick's hot sauce in it and made the car really, really fast.
What was it that made it so special?
Oh, that's a secret. Only one person in the world knows, so it's pretty secretive.
Who knows?
I know it.
Winning round 2 tonight in Sin City, Las Vegas Motor Speedway for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com for the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series here for Extreme Motorsports. Man, what an awesome past 2 nights of racing we have had here at Las Vegas. Man, it's been outstanding for a lot of drivers and not for some, but we're going to get back at it here again tonight with the B cars or the Xfinity Series cars, which, however you want to, put it out there. But as always, good evening, everyone, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, on the mic for you here tonight, alongside Gary Wells and Colin Hudson, going to be joining us here momentarily as he gets loaded into the simulator. But Gary, while he is doing that, of course, glad to have you both first and foremost. But Gary, man, like I was talking about, past 2 nights, ARCA 10 cautions last night, 1 caution, 3 green flag pit stops the whole race. Man, they ran it throughout. And then now we have entered a night race here at Vegas. So, man, I think we're going to see a lot more side-by-side action here tonight. Early on, and maybe later on in the run. What you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have the potential to see a lot of good green flag racing here tonight. Like you alluded to, it is, we are here in the Sin City. And Josh, this track, one of the most unique mile and a halves out there. This place is kind of like Charlotte and Kansas thrown together. You got the shape of Kansas, but you had the narrowness of Charlotte in places to go with it. And by with it, I mean like the grooves and that kind of thing. So we'll definitely see in 1 and 2 these guys try to maybe go more toward the middle line as the tires wear out, and definitely around that bottom for the whole run. So this race, I don't know what to see, man. We saw 10 cautions Monday night, 1 caution last night. Who knows? We either will go green flag the whole race, or we might have 12 cautions. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, let's hope we don't have.
Right, and Vegas
12.
is one of those exciting tracks where you see both. So.
Yeah, let's hope we don't have 12 cautions. Let's hope we don't have any. But it is a packed field here. I believe we're looking at 43 drivers. Yeah, 43 drivers. So yet again, it is a full field here tonight at Vegas. And let's go ahead and get right into it, Gary. Starting with the pre-race analytics here, real quick. We've got an air temp of 70, a track temp of 73, so not hot at all. No humidity.
About the same tonight as well.
Yep, no humidity, no fog, 143 laps, doing a 14.5 miles. I think the issue, as we've been talking and alluding to, is that tire issue. 25 to 35 laps roughly on a set of tires. Fuel window at about 38 to 43 roughly as we, got together and kind of, you got it calculated, got it figured out. So I did push that 1 lap or 2 higher, like I always do, because we like to see them, push that fuel. So,
and we definitely see drivers like Tommy Haynes do that all the time. If this race goes green, look out for that 17 car to be up toward the front. He loves these fuel mileage races.
Oh yeah, Tommy Haynes currently right now setting up there in that 3rd spot here in practice. Fuel, like I said, 38.43. Pit road, 50 miles per hour. Boy, I almost lost my train of thought there. And we got a good pace speed here tonight, 60 miles per hour here at Las Vegas. So, got to be careful getting it safely in and out of pit road. I mean, you cannot mess up.
Yeah, no, you definitely can't mess up that 50 miles an hour. That's actually one of the faster ones at the intermediates that we go to. The rest of them are usually about 45 miles an hour. So this is a pretty fast pit road speed here at Vegas, and definitely at times can be a very narrow pit road. So definitely minimizing your mistakes there will definitely be one of the keys to win tonight.
Yes, for sure. Well, that is going to be the pre-race analytics here. We're going to go ahead and get around to the top 12 in the point standings after one race here. I'll run through the top 6, and then we'll let Gary kind of finish them out here. Cameron Hearn in that top spot with 48 points. Cale Gale in second with 45 points. Alan Elwood, Wildwood up there in third, 44 points. Now, Cale 3 back behind Cameron. Allen 1 back behind Cale. Scott McClendon in fourth with 42 points. Actually tied there with tuning up the band Nelson, as Logan likes to call it, stringing the music, currently running in fifth. And then Ed Morris is going to round out the top 6 in the point standings with 40 points, 2 behind Willie and Scott.
Yeah, and then we got Dwayne Culberson there in 7th place with 39 points. 8th place, we've got Justin Gann with 38, actually a tie for 8th between Justin Gann and Danny Rogers there at 38 points apiece. And then our former ARCA champion, we got Chris Seidenfaden there in 10th with 37 points. Brandon Fries in 11th with 35, and then rounding out what would be the chase field if it started tonight, Michael Atkins Jr. there with 34 points.
All right, and I was just giving some information here on the development drivers for the Xfinity Series that is going to be in the race here this evening after we went ahead and got through the points here. Jeremy, Brad, and Ron are all development drivers here tonight. So as we go through...
Ron Schutte, Brad Slaughter, and who?
And Jeremy.
Jeremy Rigney?
I'll be Jeremy Clifton.
Right, I think it is Jeremy.
I think it would be Jeremy Clifton is all development drivers here in this race tonight. Now, of course, tomorrow night there is no standby drivers in the Cup Series. We'll get more into that later on. But they are, Gary, going to be coming down to about 2 minutes left here in practice. Why don't we go ahead and, because I know you got some information to go down here before we get into the national anthem. Go ahead.
Oh, we're talking the Xfinity team points?
Oh, we can either do that or your keys to victory, whichever.
Oh, well, okay, we can do the keys to victory right now. I got it pulled up here. I got it simple tonight. 3 M's to win. First thing, maintain your track position. That's going to be very important. We normally see here in the last 2 out of the last 3 races, the winner has come from the front row. Very important, if you start up front, stay up there. Secondly, manage your tires. If you manage those tires tonight, it's going to be a lot more about that throttle control. The more you control the throttle and turn the wheel less, the more tires you'll have at the end of the race. Alrighty, folks, we are back here live on MaxSpeedTV qualifying
is almost going to be coming to an end here, and we have got a lot of qualifiers at about 35 drivers. It looks like Zach Willard is on the track here, going to be putting in a qualifying time. Brandon Freeze also on the track, going to be putting in a time as well. But right now we've got Ed Morris into that top spot in qualifying, Gary, and we know clean air, we haven't said it, but clean air seems like is going to be the big key here at Vegas for the past 2 nights. Is well, Brad Slaughter Jr. has shown.
Yeah, he's shown the last 2 nights that clean air has been the way to go. Maximum downforce, all those kinds of things. Also, I do want to throw out a nice, decent little shout out between 1st and 37th. We have a half-second spread, Josh. So that's definitely shows how competitive this field is here in Extreme. If you're off by a 10th, you could be 30th. So it's really important that these guys are precise with their qualifying, don't make a whole lot of mistakes and that kind of thing. But I agree. Where you're starting in that front row, that's going to be a prime spot. Like I said earlier, we've seen 2 out of the last 3 winners start from the front row.
Yes, we have, and right now, looking back all the way to 237th, KC Duncan back here between him and Ed Morris for sure. Well, Gary, I know we've got some points to go down. I'm going to go ahead and let you run through just the Xfinity team points here tonight as we get into round 2, buddy.
Yeah, going in here tonight, again, just Xfinity only here. In first place, we've got the VRA, Virtual Race Alliance, with 135. In second place, it's Prime Time. They've got 127. Third place, East Coast Motorsports. They've got 84. Fourth place, Samson Motorsports with 73. Fifth place, actually tied for fifth place between 4X Racing and Evans Wells Racing. They've got 49. Legacy Esports, they're in 7th with 48. And rounding out the field there for our team points is going to be Kickin' Asphalt Racing. They've got 37 points.
All right. Well, that's just, we're just after one race, Gary. So that's just Daytona. Anything can happen between now and the 14 races that are left. That's including tonight. So, well, we haven't got to get a chance to talk with Colin that is joining us here tonight. Going to help us out, Colin. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, buddy. What are your thoughts on this 1.5 mile track, bud?
Well, it's definitely a track with the ability. There's a lot of stuff with this track, if I had to be honest with you. I have a lot of different thoughts about it. It's not like every mile and a half is alike, and Las Vegas is definitely one that's a bit different from the others.
Oh, what do you think we're going to see as far as the action pack? We're going to be pulling 143 laps here tonight. Do you think these guys need to just take it cautious early on and just ride around, or do you think they need to just hammer it down and go?
So I'm always someone who likes to take a more cautious approach. You don't want to be wrecking out early on in the race and not be there at the end, because the end is the most important part of the race. But it ultimately comes down to the racers and how they choose to race. This could be action-packed 2-3 wide racing right from lap 1, or it could be single file for half the race. You really never know. It comes down to the drivers and how big they are into it. With it being so early in the season, I feel like the stakes aren't big enough to really be risking messing up a race and putting yourself back in the points, but we'll see what each racer thinks.
Yes, we will, for sure. Well, I want to go back to yesterday real quick. Now that we got some time during the drivers' meeting, go back to yesterday. Now, Gary, you was in the race last night, and we're probably going to end up doing this throughout the season here. You were in the race. You seen the action down there. Unfortunately, got caught up in the one and only wreck that happened down there, and it was a pretty good-sized wreck. But racing here at Vegas in the trucks, there's a big difference between the trucks and the Xfinity.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between the Cup car that we're going to see tomorrow night, and I'm going to go all the way down to the ARCA car. Really, the truck and the Cup car drive very similar. You can actually hold it flat out pretty much for the first 10, 15 laps into a run in both vehicles. We're here in the Xfinity car that we're seeing tonight, the B car. You're definitely more playing with the throttle a little bit more. You're actually having to get out of the gas, not all the way out, as you get down into the corner and ease your back way into the gas for exit. So definitely this B car is the most unique out of the 4 vehicles that we run here in Extreme on the oval side, but it's definitely can put on the best racing for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, Gary, they are now in the drivers' meeting here, so gotta go over the some of the rules here, and get everybody ready to rock and roll here tonight. But I do want to let the fans know out there on the development and the way it works here under the rule book, under section 13 teams. You go down and go to sub a 13E, the development driver. Now, these development drivers run in a lower series, and they're designed to help them get better in the higher series. They're only allowed to race 4 races in that higher tier series. So, like tonight, we have 3 drivers that are racing as a development. As we mentioned earlier, Ron, Jeremy, and Brad, this is one of the 4 races that they are allowed to race in. After that, they can't race anymore in that higher tier series. So I know a lot of teams have development drivers.
Yeah, and I'm one of those development drivers up in the Cup Series. But yeah, they get 4 races. I like to call them the glorified standby driver, especially more so in the Cup Series because you can, and this is for all series as well, the development driver can actually substitute for points for a race if a driver were to miss. So like if, say on my team, I've got Tommy Haynes, Rob Haynes, Andrew Mraz, and Michael Mueller. Say Mueller has to miss tomorrow night. Then I can come in and drive in his spot, but it would count as a developmental race. So these guys are kind of versatile. Of course, they can also just take their own 4 races. They earn their own points, and that also helps the team in those 4 races because that goes towards the team point total as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, in the Xfinity, going to that team points, in the Xfinity, there are 3 drivers for team points. We're going to go through this
for
probably,
tonight, yes.
yeah, well, for tonight. There's 3 drivers that are team points drivers for tonight. Now, tomorrow will be 4 drivers for, for the 8 teams that are going for team points. ARCA's 1, Trucks is 2, Xfinity 3, and Cup 4. So there is a change from last season.
Yeah, a big change from last season. People don't realize how big of a deal that is when you go from 2 ARCA drivers to just 1, and you go from 2 Xfinity drivers to 3. Definitely makes the Xfinity a little bit more valuable as far as the team points and how crucial they are. Well, also, it's not necessarily taken away from an ARCA driver, but it really just goes, hey, let's just get who we think the 8 best ARCA drivers are in that series, and let's have them go for the team points.
All right. Well, a big shout out to the sponsor, of course, Rick Bell from Rick Bell's Custom Rigs. Now, Rick has messaged me earlier. Rick, I know you're probably out there listening, buddy. I do appreciate it. They appreciate it here for Extreme coming on board here to sponsor the Xfinity Series. Trust me, I will get you back up here throughout the season as I try to do. To talk to the sponsors because, without the sponsors, this would not be possible for the league and, for the broadcast as well. So, much appreciated out there. Also, Rick's Hot Sauce for our green flag sponsor here tonight. Visit rickshotsauce.com. Use MaxSpeedTV, MSTV, and you'll get 10% off your order. They are the green flag sponsor throughout the race. So if we get a caution, green flag, they sponsor that too. So great to have them on board. But Colin and Gary, man, we are getting set here tonight for what I believe is going to be a lot more action and really the same as what we seen yesterday.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we're in for a good show tonight. I think we're going to see a lot more options as far as these drivers searching for grip the last couple nights where it seemed the ARCA cars and the trucks, they were just really one groove. But I think with the nighttime, we could definitely see this groove expand.
Colin?
I agree with Gary pretty much on that.
We got it. We got
Easy
one that don't talk.
analysis.
Yeah, we got one that don't talk much here tonight, folks. But it's all right. We'll break him in one way or the other.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Ed Moore's going to grab that top spot here and
Yes.
pole
Yep.
with a 31.138. That is a good lap there by Ed Morris. But you look at the time, though, only 6/100ths of a second.
Yeah, and that's beating one of the best in the business. Good old Alan Elwood. He really he's good at qualifying. He's really just overall, Josh. He's really got this B car down. So he's really one of those guys that's really going to be watched to qualify and the race. He seems to really know what he's doing with that B car.
Yes, it is. Well, as we always do, got to see who we have in chat here this evening. Like Brendan Kennedy out in chat. Buggy Boy 8788. First stream attendance. Well, glad to have you out there. Cody Kepner, Jeff Glockner, Zach Ogburn, Colin Hudson, also up here in the
I better go like it.
booth in
Hello.
chat. Glad to have him. Jeff Glockner. Let's see, Zach again. Richard Bell, the sponsor for the Xfinity Series. Edward Morse out there. And Drive for Diabetes Awareness. Check, don't guess out there in chat as well. Well, the trends here with Gary Wells.
So I kind of alluded to some of them earlier, but I figured I would just go over. I kind of combined the last 3 seasons of racing here. Now, again, these have all been during the day. No night races have taken place yet, to my knowledge here, unless somebody wants to fact check me in the chat. But the race trends here, winners of the 3 last Xfinity races here at Las Vegas, average start of 3rd. Gary Whitston was the worst starting spot out of all of them. He started 6th in this race. So nobody outside the top 10, Josh, has won here the last 3 seasons. Like I said, 2 out of the last 3 winners have started from the front row. 2 out of the last 3 winners have led the most laps in the race. The average number of leaders for the last 3 Vegas races, about 5. Same thing for lead changes. So really, there's not a whole lot of passing for the lead during these races, unless it's green flag pit stops. The average number of cautions is 3. That was really hijacked up from last season. Last season, we had 7 cautions for 28 laps. The other 2 races have had 2 and 1 respectively, and about 13 laps of caution between the last 3 races. I've noticed here, just based on the last couple nights, when we get into a late race run, 2 tires seem to really work for the ARCA cars. So we might see that again tonight if we get a late race caution. Might see some guys try that strategy. And the average first caution is around lap 13-ish. That just from what I've seen the last couple of nights of racing here. So definitely going to be a lot of fun, but those are your trends.
Oh yeah, and that, man, a lot of trends going on, a lot of stats out there, and we're really only getting into the racing here. We're only getting into the battles. This is just the beginning here this evening. So throughout the season, we're going to have more of those trends. We're going to have more stats for everybody. This is just the start of everything. This is just the start of war, as Rick Donovan out there likes to say, because we know what happens between now and race 10.
Well, and it's like one Cup driver said one time at Martinsville, Martin Truex Jr. He won the battle, but he ain't gonna win the war. I'll paraphrase for the young ears at home. But yeah, it's definitely a race. Definitely we're gonna see battles all season long. But standing on that top spot at the end of the season, it doesn't matter if you're an ARCA champion, truck champion, or Cup champion. That's when you've conquered everybody. You won the war that season. So, and of course that applies for the team owners as well.
Yep. Team championship. Of course, every Monday night we will go over the overall team points. That's all across the board from all series combined. Of course, if you want to take a look at the updated points and hear those, you can check out the ARCA race after the race tonight, folks. We don't want you to leave the race tonight. Check that out, but we are going to be coming down to about 2 minutes here. Got to give a shout out to the admins, Jacob Lee, Calvin Herring, and Brett Cool out there running the kind of the show here tonight. I don't know if we're going to have time to interview him or not, but I do want to get him up here. That is going to be Ed Morris here. Ed Morris, buddy, real quick, got a copy.
Yep, what's up?
Well, you're going to grab that pole out here tonight, man. Congratulations. But from first, as Gary was alluding to just a minute ago, at about a half a second from first to 37th here in qualifying, you guys are really, really close.
Yeah, times are tight. A lot of fast guys out here. It's gonna be a tough race, and it's gonna come down to tire management and strategy. I hope hopefully we don't have too many cautions and everybody keeps their stuff pretty clean.
Well, we got a pretty long race, but you guys are gonna probably knock it down pretty quickly. What do you think the keys here tonight? You think it's gonna be that clean air and saving your stuff, or what?
Yep. It's being up front and saving your stuff, getting through these runs the best way you can without burning that right front off. This track's pretty abrasive, and you'll burn them up real quick if you ain't careful. So that's going to be the goal tonight, is just to be calm, stay up front, and watch our stuff.
All righty, well, let's get. All right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine, buddy.
All right, well, we're going to let you get back down there to your team here, buddy. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, man.
Uh-huh. I think I put him in the right room. Prime time.
Yeah, he's the team owner. I'd hope you put him in the right room.
I hope I put him in the right room. I do. Well, we're going to be coming down.
Sorry to interrupt, but I've noticed that the track temp has actually dropped 2 degrees since practice. We started at 73 when we started the broadcast. We are now down to 70-degree air temp and 71 on the track. So just about dead even. It's probably going to stay around there all night long.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, let's get them on the grid here, shall we?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. Well, the MaxSpeedTV starting grid here tonight. Ed Morris going to grab the pole with a 31.138. Congratulations to Ed for getting the pole. Alan Elwood going to start on the outside of him in second. Cale Gale third. Nicholas Froman fourth. GT Hawkins fifth. Cameron Hearn sixth. Chris Seidenfaden in seventh. Timothy Zayas in eighth. Scott McClendon ninth. And Paul Irvin going to round out that top 10.
And P11, we've got Bryce Sinesack. 12th place is going to be Garrett Heath. 13th place, lucky 13, is going to be Zach Willard. 14th place, that is Truck Series driver Austin Hill in real life. 15th place, Danny Ware. 16th, Danny Rogers. 17th place is going to be Alexander Brown. 18th place, David Elliott. 19th place, Richie Evans got the Caterpillar machine out tonight. And then in 20th place, we've got Tommy Haynes.
All right, Will Davis is going to start 21st. Michael Thwaites 22nd. Mike Rominger 23rd. Hunter McDaniel 24th. Brandon Freeze 25th. Gary Sexton 26th. Rhett Nichols 27th. Blair Daddy Patterson in 28th. Blake Griffith 29th. And Billy Nelson going to start 30th. Gary, finish him out here, bud.
And in 31st, we've got Justin Gann. 32nd, William E. Moore. And in 33rd, we've got Joshua Gillian. 34th is going to be Logan Keiss. 35th, Darren Bruce. 36th, Tom Amassi. Sorry about that. 37th, Casey Duncan. 38th is going to be the Amazon car. We saw him last week, Dwayne Culberson. 39th is going to be Gary May. 40th place, Jeremy Clifton. 41st, and these guys did not qualify because they're development drivers, Jeremy Clifton, Brad Slaughter, or Ron Schutte. He's going to start last. But tonight in 42nd, we've got Michael Atkins Jr.
All right.
So you got time? What's our picks?
Well, picks here tonight. I have Paul Irvin picked to win it here this evening. Gary, who do you have picked?
I've got Cameron Hearn.
All right, Colin, who did you pick, bud?
I picked Timothy Zayas.
Timothy Zayas. All right, we all three got our picks here this evening, folks.
And we can't change them, so call us out if we do.
Yeah, we can't change them.
I'm sticking to mine.
All right,
well, Josh, we're getting ready to roll here, bud.
Yes, we are rolling off. Ed Morris on that inside line. The 5, Alwood to the outside. I think we're going to see these drivers. Well, look at the primetime guys there together. That's 7 and the 83. Well, this could play out in their favor here early on.
Yeah,
early on.
Sure. Yeah, let's start here. We can definitely see Cale Gale give Ed Morris a shot there from teammate to team owner there.
I'd give him a shot. I'd send him right into the wall. I'm just playing.
Well, he only does that to Kyle Busch. So
okay.
Hey, as we're heading down the backstretch, Josh, I have a word to say to my driver, Colin Hudson. Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
Oh boy.
Oh, you haven't heard anything yet as we make our way around turn number 3 here, folks. It's going to be Ed Moore. It's going to get him going here. 45 concurrent watching here. 19 likes. Glad to have everybody out there, but we're going to get this show on the road, making the way out of turn number 4. The pace car is going to make the dive to the safety of pit road. Ed Morris will be in control, and he can go at any time. But is he going to hold off for the green flag? No, he is going to be on the loud pedal, and the green flag is going to fly. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing here again at Las Vegas.
Oh, Kale blinked out going on there, Josh.
Row.
Well, you see the top 6 cars here, Josh. You didn't think about early, but it looks like Alan Elwood's trying to make that move to the inside already.
Yes, he is. You sound like you're in an echo there, in a tunnel. What's up, Gary?
Sorry about that. Let me fix that here. How's that sound?
Still lots of 2-wide racing here throughout the pack.
Yes, yeah, I think we're going to see that 2-wide, Colin. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely, as they try to make that higher line work to get around the car on the lower line.
Yeah, and I think we're definitely going to see them fan out on the straightaways here, Josh. I think we're going to see these guys go about 2, maybe 3 wide on the backstretch, but they can use that apron. Remember, that white line here at Vegas is not out of bounds like we would see at Daytona or Talladega. So we could definitely see these guys go 4, maybe even 5 wide here on the front stretch tonight.
I don't know if I want to see that 5-wide action. Maybe later on in the race, but not right now. You see the side-by-side between Scott McClendon and the 22 there of Timothy Zayas. Timothy already on that mid-line, and that is the preferred line here at Las Vegas. So you can save them tires where he is at. Timothy, I think right now just trying to get these laps wound down, but we see that.
We got a wreck. Wreck in the back. Number 9, Mike Rominger.
81's
and they're still piling up. The 81, the 11, the 05, Tom Massey.
Well, all right, first caution of the evening early on here tonight. Got to go back and take a look, and you said the 81.
Yeah, it looks like it with the 9 and the 2 side by side. And it looks like the 2 kind of came down on the 9 a little bit.
All right, Dwayne Amazon Culberson. We'll see what happened to Dwayne here.
And then the 81, it looked like he was just an innocent victim after the 9 and the 2 got together.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. If I can find the 9.
Mike Rominger, he's in 33rd right now.
There he is. Oh, yeah, right there is where it initiated. Oh, man. Ooh, hard into that wall. Yep, side-by-side action. That right rear is the problem. And we see it. This is where it all started. Mike going around. And then right behind him, calamity happening again behind him.
Yeah, it just looked like it was a big old chain reaction there with those guys piling up behind him. Of course, in these cars, it's very hard to see what's ahead of you other than the car in front of you. So when these guys start to check up, some guys just can't react fast enough, and then boom, you got a big wreck. That's exactly what happened to me last night. I would know from experience.
Yeah, well, it is early, and I know some of these guys, man, Brad Slaughter Jr. looks like he is on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like about the back half of the field here, they're all going to come down here and pit. Looks like drivers that were involved in the wreck, or even if they weren't, they're definitely going to be coming down here and qualifying. They're going to come down and get 4 fresh tires and top them off with gas.
Don't think they're qualifying.
Well, we're not going to interview anybody early on here, so we'll just wait.
Yeah, we'll wait that one out. But you were talking about, Josh, that middle line being the place to be. That is definitely the case of 1 and 2 here. And Colin can attest to this. When you're on the bottom down there in 1 and 2, 1, it's bumpy. 2, I mean, you really can't get off the corner because you need that whole corner to merge up onto the track. So you really can't pass anybody down there in 1 and 2 if you're on the bottom of the racetrack.
Also, being on the bottom of the racetrack also eats up your tires a little bit more than being in the middle or even up in the high line, where you can conserve your stuff a little bit more for a long run.
Yeah, and I think, Josh, we'll see that more so tomorrow night in the Cup cars. I was doing some testing this week with my guys over at EWR over the weekend, and we were testing out different lines. We noticed the bottom works really good for maybe about the first 5 to 10 laps or so, but really after that, we're seeing these guys in the middle and even get up into the high lane there in the third groove, just right before the wall. So these guys tonight and tomorrow night are going to be searching for grip wherever they can find it.
I think that grip is going to be the key here for sure.
All right, and it looks like they have ruled it a net code there, Josh. A little bit of hammy action there.
Hammy action. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
contact
say.
between the 2 and the 9. There was some net code there, so no penalties are handed out to anybody. Just a
All
racing
right.
deal net code there.
Yep. A little bit of hammy action going on down there. Brett Cool, I see him down there in the admin tower. He is also in the chat here. DEAITH. Yes, there is some buffering going on. I do apologize. That I don't know what's going on. But for the past 2 nights, OBS has just not wanted to work.
Yeah, you might have an update there, Josh, to address at the end of the race.
Might have to do that, but there is some buffering going on.
Yep, it's not just you guys, it's everybody. It's on Josh's end. He messed up. He'll get it right.
Pulling up here.
All right, and they're here at 1 to go, Josh. It looks like Ed Moore's going to pick the bottom again for the restart. Guess he wants to be behind his teammate.
All right, well, get him going here, Gary.
All right, we'll do here. So we see these guys are side by side. So exit of 2 here. We've got Ed Morris and Old Alwood, as Josh likes to call him, there in second. Then we've got Cale Gale and GT Hawkins. That'll complete your top 2 rows. And then in 5th place, as an honorable mention, Cameron Hearn. He's in that 5th spot there. Started 6th, so he's up 1 spot. Going to be an interesting run here. Hopefully these guys can get some green flag stuff in here. So we see that Ford Mustang on the track, still waiting for him to dive off to the safety road. As that pace car is moving through 3 and 4, we've got the Rick's Hot Sauce green flag this time. As we see the pace car making his way down to the safety of pit road now. Ed Morris is in control. He's going to go here on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. And the 7 and the 83 got a big jump there on that restart.
Yes, they did. That was a good start there by teammates. And we got teammates behind them, too. Alan Elwood, Cameron Hearn now side by side with the 14 of GT Hawkins. It looks like GT trying to make the pass there, but man, that 15's not giving up. We got another battle back here between the 23 of Garrett Heath and Bryce Sinisat. The side-by-side back here as well. But, single file. It looks like Danny Rogers. And that would be the 38 of Will Davis also side-by-side. So we still got some side-by-side battles going on.
Nope, still got some side-by-side battles going on throughout this pack. And definitely going to see these guys go single file early as they can. I figured they would be a little bit more aggressive, with these freshest tires. These guys might try and, make some moves happen. But everybody's just trying to get in line here early.
I've seen a couple cars out back. Looks like they're debating going 3 wide to try to advance their position. So some drivers are definitely starting to amp it up.
And where are you seeing that?
I was out back.
Real specific.
Oh, probably right around back here around Gary Sexton and company, because there are a lot of drivers back here together, starting with, I would say, with the side-by-side action of the 1. Well, Blake Griffith is going to get around the 128 of Ron Shooting, one of the development drivers here. Now the 67 of Alexander Brown to the inside. Michael Atkins Jr., Brad Slaughter, Michael Thwaite. So if that 3-wide action was going to happen, it would have probably happened right around this general area. But now these guys have got it figured out for the most part. They are single file.
Nice power move there on the inside. Made it work there. Got around I believe that was the 128 of Shooty there. I will say it's really weird to see a Richard Childress font number 3 on a Ford. I'll have to get used to that.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, Michael Atkins Jr., one of the RB Customs paint here.
Yep, one of a couple, I do believe. They're
I think there's a
partnering
couple
with
of
Kickin'
them.
Asphalt Racing
Yeah.
this season as a sponsor, so good to see them on board with the team as well.
Well, teammates up front, prime time. Third and fourth, teammates again, Allen and
You all
Cameron.
right?
Wow.
I think that's enough for the teammates for a little bit. Then you got an East Coast car. You've got a Samson Toyota, which is weird. They were Chevy last season. And then you've got
Yeah.
a Kickin' Asphalt Ford, followed by another VRA Toyota, or maybe that's another Kickin' Asphalt car. They're kind of battling there for that 8th spot there.
Yep. Scott McClendon, and that would be, well, coming up on the 23 of Garrett Heath. Garrett going to drop it right in front of him. Out of
Make that pass.
turn.
Here comes Brewer as well. He's going to try to get it going on the outside. There's not much speed on that outside there in 3 and 4. Not sure why. It's definitely more on the bottom here, at least early on in the run. But definitely the middle lane, as we're seeing these guys here right now, definitely the better place to be. And they like to arc that corner too. They'll kind of make that late arc, and then they'll try to get down there as close to the white line as they can coming off.
Oh, up front. Go ahead.
As the run goes on, sometimes you can get the car to work better up high, but it's kind of time activated with the tires getting older.
Well, Cale Gale is in the lead, getting around his teammate there, Ed Morris. I think
Nice
Ed's
technical
back
pass
off.
there for Cale Gale.
Man.
And Cale was definitely one of the better guys. You know, toward the end of last season, these Xfinity cars, he really started catching it on. But trucks was definitely his bread and butter, being a former Truck Series driver in NASCAR. So good to see him running up front, and he's really, you can tell he's put the work in this offseason.
Hunter McDaniel started 21st, or 24th, currently running in 21st. Coming up on the 30 of Justin Gann. This is kind of running back mid-pack here. And Tommy Haynes, and then right up ahead of him, Rhett Nichols.
And shout out to Logan Keister. He started 34th in the MaxSpeedTV car tonight. He's up to 23rd. He's gained 11 spots here, Josh.
Yes, he has early on, running that MaxSpeedTV, as you alluded to. Looks like Ed Morris is falling back. Wow, back up front.
Yeah, and it looked like he might have burned up his stuff here a little bit. We're seeing Alan Elwood get around him. Now we're seeing Cameron Hearn. If you're not careful, it's really hard to be the leader here at a place like Vegas, because you have to set the pace, but also you got to make sure you don't get run over from behind. So I think he might have burned up his stuff a little bit here early, but now he's just got to get back into a rhythm as he's falling back here.
Don't tell Brad Slaughter it ain't easy to win. It ain't easy to lead here. Because yesterday he thought he made it. He made it look easy.
Butt. He spanked butt. What really helped him at the end of the race, I know that there were a couple of guys on my team that were running just as fast as he was in about the 10th spot, but Brad already had that clean air, and he was just gone.
Oh, Brian Sinisak on the outside. The 8, Paul Irwin's going to get around. Is going to complete that pass.
And he is going to get that pass there.
Here comes
Austin.
Austin.
Going to get the momentum, though.
Here comes Austin again. Be careful. That right rear. You know, I was talking about that. I alluded to that yesterday. You know, going into the corners, it's the left rear. Coming out of the corners, it's that right rear that you have to watch and bumper hook, you know.
Yeah, especially that car on the outside. They have that responsibility to make sure that they do not right rear somebody, because that is a very dangerous spot to be in right there.
Say that 5 times fast. Right rear.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Blair Patterson, the last driver on the track, back here running. Man, started 28th. He's in 43rd. He's 4 laps down. The only
like
driver.
Significant damage from the wreck under the first caution there. So
it's the only driver that is a lap down or more here. The last one on the lead lap, still 42 drivers. Tom Massey.
And he's about a half lap behind or so from our leader right now, which is Cale Gale, I think, right? Yep, still Cale Gale. So
yeah, Cale Gale still up front, and single file throughout the race.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting to pull away there from the teammates of VRA right there.
Got a battle back here though. 57 of Hunter McDaniel to the inside of Gann there in the 30. Here comes the 95 of Roman. I think he's going to be looking here, coming maybe into turn number 1.
And he's
get
got
to the
Tommy Haynes
inside.
right behind him there in that 17 car. So don't be counting out Tommy Haynes. He's not the best qualifier, but he could definitely work it up there. He's usually about in the top 10, top 5 right when it counts in crunch time.
Well, we got some teammates right here together, though. Tommy Haynes and, like, Logan Keiss.
Yeah, Logan Keiss. Those are the cars that I own. I'm trying not to pump them up too much and show my bias, but these guys are...
These are teammates.
Right. They are teammates right there, so they're trying to work together early on to try to get through this pack. I know they qualified around the same together. If not, they met each other mid-pack, so... Still early on, we got another, 100 or so laps to go. Plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, plenty of time. Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah, just really going through the field here. Not a whole lot of action at all right now. So
looks like that battle between the 09 and the 8 still brewing between Bryce Sinisak and Paul Irvin. And then it looks like the 19 there of Danny Ware and I believe Willie Nelson in the 20. They're battling here for 15th spot.
Yep. Billy to the inside.
But it looks like Danny Ware does have the advantage as they head into 1 just by being on that high side. But I think Willie might be able to pull a slide job here.
Slide job.
And he got it right there. Oh, Paul Irvin all the way down to the almost the apron there.
Paul, there he is.
Irvin, as he likes to be called. His last name is Irvin. So.
His last name is Irvin, but I don't know if he's any relation to the Irvins.
No. He spells his last name different. They spell it with a van. He spells it with a vin. So there you go.
Ah, okay.
He's still battling there with Bryce Sinisak. That might be the battle here to watch, just outside the top 10.
Well, there's a battle back here too. I mean, there's a gaggle of vehicles right back here.
Yeah,
some side-by-side
these
action.
4 guys you're seeing throw them over a blanket with Hunter McDaniel, Rhett Nichols, Danny Rogers, and Danny Ware. Say that 5 times fast. Got the Danny and Danny show. I don't know who to pull for yet.
Doug Blackman out there in chat, man. I hope the stream's okay. I know we're having some buffering issues. I will be re-uploading this, and I will be re-uploading the trucks as well to YouTube on MaxSpeedTV, because there's no lag. Oh, side by side.
Got a battle here between
Yes.
Phil Gale and Alan Elwood. Cameron Hearn. These top 5 here, Josh. You can throw a blanket over these guys.
Looks like a 3-way battle for the lead right here.
Looks like about to be a 5-way.
Yeah, we do have.
Over each other. Alan's got the outside momentum, though.
5 seems like he's going to take the lead here.
Hasn't completed it yet.
And it looks like he's going to
edge
here
here.
off
He
the
got
floor.
it. He got it.
And he might even lose second place here to Cameron Hearn if he's not careful.
Yeah, they're
Looks
side
like
by side there for second.
Looks like Cameron Hearn's going to get it there at the line, and he does. By just a little bit, 11 thousandths of a second there.
It
Really
seems like
tight
that
amongst
Highline-
this, really tight amongst these top 5 here. Looks like those Toyotas are choosing that higher lane, while looks like the Chevys are tending toward the bottom. As it looks like the 7 to the 14. I don't know if they got together, but it looks like they both might have been involved there.
It definitely seems like that Highline's starting to come in a bit more here now, as I say it, they come down low. But it does seem like it's starting to work a little bit better than it was earlier on fresh tires.
Yeah, definitely starting to see that groove move up about a half lane to a full lane or so with these guys, especially in 3 and 4.
Jake, appreciate it, buddy. And great as per the usual. Man,
So
I appreciate it. Go ahead.
So Kilgale, the previous leader, has now dropped down to 3rd. So
Yeah, I think these guys here in the VRA cars, the 5 and the 15, they have really done a good job saving their tires up to this point in the run. We are going to start getting in that window here
About
a little
10
bit
laps.
in the next 10 laps or so. Maybe even a little bit longer with that first caution being early on in the run as it was. So might see these guys try to push it to about 45, maybe even lap 50 here.
what I wonder is if Kilgale was maybe banking on there being an early caution and being able to pit at that point, so he was giving it all he could, and ultimately strategy didn't play out because they've gone green longer than he planned. I don't know, but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. You never really know with these races in Extreme. They're really unpredictable. So, some races like tonight, we'll see long green flag runs, get a couple green flag stops in, or 2 or 10.
Or 10.
Or 10, depending on how long the race is. But then there are nights where it just seems like they can't go any longer than 15 laps, and you get about 12 yellows. So these guys are really working hard to give each other space right now.
Not to interrupt you, but we've got a side-by-side battle back here. It's been happening for about the past lap and a half between Hunter McDaniel and the number 55 of Rhett Nichols. These two drivers have been side-by-side, like I said, now for almost 2.5 laps. They have not given each other really, I would say, any room.
Yeah, it looks like the 09 and the 88 as well still been battling here. Looks like Austin Hill, he's also in on this battle, and so is Timothy Zayas.
3 wide into 3. Good Lord, folks. I knew we were going to see that 3 wide.
3 wide medlock. There he is. Where'd you see that at?
Rhett Nichols, the 57, the 55, and, well, you can't count him out, Nicholas Vroman.
Yep, Nicholas Vroman. He didn't qualify the hottest tonight. 27th, not his best qualifying effort, but he's up to 18th, so he's definitely one of those guys on prime time. He's very underrated, I think. Not a whole lot of people talk about him. He's one of their better drivers for sure.
Are you talking about Rhett Nichols?
Talking about Vroman, Nicholas Vroman.
Oh, Vroman qualified 4th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I am looking at Rhett Nichols.
Rhett Nichols qualified 27th.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. All right, let me know when it's pit cycle time.
Okay.
I'm going to go take a nap now.
All right. Well, man, I hate that. I hate that OBS is doing that, but I do appreciate everybody sticking it out here. Will L. Davis on the outside. 20 of Willie Nelson. Oh, man. Real close to the 38 IRAPS machine. The 18 there of Danny Rogers. Do I have 2 18s here?
2 18s?
No. 2 Serve Pros. That's what I have. The 18 of Danny Rogers and the 16 of the Serve Pro of Austin Hill. That's where I'm seeing it.
They look similar.
Yes. All right. Well, not seeing him go back here to Austin Hill again. More side-by-side action going on, a little bit of switch and swap.
Behind him with this pack right here, Josh, we got a gaggle between Will Davis, Zach Willard, Danny Rogers, Willie Nelson, Timothy Zayas, and Danny Ware. These guys are all right here.
Yeah, and here comes Paul Irvin and Rhett and the 55 of Rhett Nichols going to join in the mix here. And
yeah,
well,
when you get side by side, it causes more runs for the guys in the back, and then they have nowhere to go. So
exactly,
really cause a gaggle here.
Side by side for the lead up front, the 15 and 5, 83 close behind.
Teammates.
Teammates.
Going after it again. Looks like Cameron Hearn making that way to the bottom side.
7's now in the battle a little bit with the 83.
Yeah, well, maybe
maybe
they saved their stuff here. These temperatures are very crucial. You can actually cool these tires down late in the run. It looks like these primetime guys have been able to do that here.
They better not go 4 wide right now. If they go 4 wide, I'm retiring.
Yep, seeing that crossover move there by Cale Gale. He's going to be side by side with Cameron Hearn going into 1. Yeah, these top 4, Josh, they haven't really gotten away from each other. Really, the top 5, they've really got a 2.5 second advantage over 6th place here. So these guys really pulling away.
Yes,
we got 3 wide down the backstretch almost.
Oh!
But,
that's around Austin Hill, isn't it?
That was around Bryce Sinesak, actually.
Yeah, Bryce Sinesak, Austin Hill, and Chris Seidenfaden.
They were almost 3 wide. They thought about it.
Well, I told Brad Slaughter Jr., and it looks like Brad Slaughter Jr. unfortunately is going to be out of the race here tonight. We hate it. He did win Monday and Tuesday's race.
He's trying to go 3 for 3. Break up.
Exactly. Well, I told Brad that if he won tonight, I'm retiring from broadcasting. So I wonder if he did that on purpose.
Well, you get to stick around for at least one more night. So there you go.
One more night, yeah. Oh, whoa. We got some pitting happening here. Austin Hill. Well, we seen this yesterday, Gary. Austin Hill, one of the first drivers to come down pit road, and he's doing it again here tonight.
Yeah, he said last night post-race in in the tower with all the drivers that he's working on a couple things, pitting, and then he also mentioned he's burned up his stuff a little bit too much too early. So he said really one of the things he's really going to work on going forward is tire conservation, because it's really hard on the sim versus real life to try to manage that stuff.
Yeah. Well, Michaela, I think I said your last name correctly, or your first name correctly. Michaela Alexander in chat. Brad Slaughter, Marcus Regal joining us here in chat as well. Well, Michaela, this is the way the stream usually don't go. It doesn't usually buffer the way it's buffering. I'm going to have to do some research on it and figure out why it's doing that, but I do appreciate you being in chat and, you know, enjoying what you're seeing with it doing its buffer thing.
Logan Kais is coming down pit road. I heard from his spotter Michael Mueller up there in the town.
Hunter McDaniel.
Brett Nichols, double nickel, is going to be coming down here.
Hunter McDaniel, William E. Moore.
And also Paul Irvin has also noted that he will be pitting this time by. He just noted that there coming on the exit of turn 2.
Okay, well, you can actually listen to the chatter for iRacing. I can't. So this is the way we're getting this information here, folks, for pit stops. So, yes,
and
right
these drivers do have to notify one another. Looks like David Elliott also coming down pit road. Zach Willard, Rhett Nichols, sorry.
Did you just call him Brett Nichols?
I almost called him Brett. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You're right. But yeah, a lot of these guys come down pit road at speeding time here, Josh. 19 of Danny Ware is also going to be pitting this time by.
Okay, Danny Ware. Where is Danny Ware? I know he's
running in 11th right now.
There he is.
Isaiah's also coming down pit road. Nicholas Roman the same.
Down pit road, green flag pit stops
Michael
here tonight,
Waite
folks.
is also coming down pit road in the 12th car.
Well, we see what happened. You know, yesterday they had that one caution early, and then we were green flag throughout the whole race. Now they're getting into the green flag pit stops. We might, very good possibility here, we could go green flag the rest of the way.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely a good possibility, but I still wouldn't count it out with these guys.
Right.
These cars are a little hard to drive compared to the trucks, but looks like Will Davis, he said he was pitting. I don't know if he actually did or not.
Primetime guys down pit road, as well as the 51 of Scott McClendon, also on pit road, one of the VRA guys.
Looks like Ed Morris and Cale Gill came in together. The 30 of Justin Gann's also going to be coming down pit road here.
Bring that driver bar right back up there for everybody that is tuning in. Okay.
Here comes Will Davis. He's coming to make his stop now, finally.
Cameron Hearn, GT Hawkins down pit road. Davis coming down. Blake Griffin coming down. Jeremy Clifton down. Boy, Justin Gann, the 31 of Richie Evans down pit road.
Looked like all of the cars from East Coast came down and made their pit stops here. And Jeremy Clifton, by the way, yes, he is a development driver tonight, but his number's 33 as he's filling in for Shad Curran, as we're hearing that the leader is coming down pit road.
Leader is down pit road. Thank you, Colin.
And it looks like Tommy Haynes is also going to be making that same move in the second position.
All right, well, that will give the lead up to, well, not Alexander Brown as he comes down pit road. Well, that will give the lead up to Gary May.
Oh, Gary May. Sorry about that. Didn't see Gary there. Actually, Alan's still on track. He's still recorded the leader? No, just kidding. Sorry. Looks like Darren Bruce or Gary May, one of those two, Josh. You're right.
Darren Bruce is our leader right now. We'll see where Darren goes. But Gary May is second.
Apron here off the pace. I think he ran out of gas. But he is coming down pit road this time.
I'm curious to see where the 5-car cycles out here with holding out there a little longer than some other drivers.
Yeah, that'll be definitely interesting to see. Looks like there was a car really off pace there.
Can you find out who that
is? Still the leader. Here comes the 55 on fresh tires.
In his pit stall there. Gary May still out front as...
Casey Duncan is in second now. He is not pitted yet. Neither is Josh Gillen. They're actually battling for second here.
Well, I don't know if she's out there, but Sandra Gillian, that is Josh's mom, Joshua Gillen in the Drive for Diabetes awareness machine. Check, don't guess. And
yeah, looks like our top 5
still out there.
Still out there. Looks like our top 5 have not pitted yet. And I don't know if Garrett Heath is pitted yet. I can't recall. I know you could see that a little bit better than I can on my end.
Garrett Heath. Let me see here. Garrett
running
Heath,
sixth
yes,
right now.
has came down pit road already. So.
Oh, right. So it looks like he's going to cycle out as the leader as of right now.
Well, he's still currently fifth, but yeah, the cycle would be,
As we're waiting on these top four to come on down, he will be scored leader, or should be, unless Hearn gets around him here, as he's chasing him down pretty quick.
Alan Wood and Austin Hill in quite the battle here back in 10th and 11th.
Ah, Austin Hill and Alan Elwood there, yeah. And these guys are battling it out. And it looks like Alan's going to try to go to the inside now.
Yeah, looking at that inside action.
I think what we're seeing here, Josh, these first through four cars that were back here in the 30s, as we see Gary May come down pit road, I think they pitted during the first caution during that big wreck. So these are the guys that have not pitted because they can go a little longer.
Gary May, this is his first round of pit stops, so he did not. But Joshua Gillen did. He's been on pit road twice, but now he's been out here 44 laps. He is now our current leader. So, yeah, I could see that happening on some of these drivers that have been out here for this long, especially Joshua, speaking of. Now, imagine we'll see Joshua here come down pit road here momentarily. Yeah, he's getting on the apron now.
He's doing it this time by. He's down to 130 now, 120. Got to get all the way down to 50 miles an hour by the time they come in. Do not lock up those tires. You will spin here.
Well, as they continue the cycle here for green flag pit stop.
We got a battle for the lead between the 15 and the 23, Cameron Hearn and Gary Heath.
Looking at that battle here, check, don't guess, for the Drive for Diabetes. Top 1, Type 2, they should not be ignored. Sudden weight loss, vision changes, nausea or vomiting, weakness, confusion, rapid breathing, feeling tired, drowsy, unconsciousness, strong fruity breath, change in appetite, extreme thirst, frequent urination, and there is probably some more symptoms out there. Diabetes is not fully unknown, but please check, don't guess. I get that information out there to everybody. This is for the Drive for Diabetes awareness. Man, I wish they'd find a cure for it.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard thing to find out. It's almost like that cure for cancer, Josh. Kind of both unknown.
Got Bradley Wetzel out there in chat saying 3 wide Joshua.
Yep.
Well, Cameron Hearn now our leader. Garrett Heath has fallen back to second. GT Hawkins in third. Cale Gale in fourth. And Alan Elwood been around at that top 5 here. But boy, Alan's got company in that primetime 7 of Ed Morris, our pole sitter.
Yep. Those guys are right there. They started 1-2, and now they're battling for 5 and 6.
Alan did just make the pass on Ed.
Yes, he did. At the line officially, he has taken that spot.
Working on the 83. I don't know if we'll catch him here, but it looks like he's making up a little bit of progress on that 83 car.
Yep, he's trying to run down Cale Gale there. I'm trying to see if there are any other battles, Josh, on the track with noting. Looks like the 45 of Chris Seidenfeld, the 51 of Scott McClendon, the battle for 8th, I believe.
8th? Yeah, Scott McClendon, Chris Seidenfeld. Yeah, right here. Yep. Well, how about we go cockpit here instead of crank it up, so we're going to continue to talk. Let's go ahead and go on board, let's say, with the, we'll pick somebody.
Colin, pick somebody.
I've been watching Alan Elwood, and I wouldn't mind watching him from the cockpit.
All right, we'll go cockpit here, side by side with the 83 of that primetime machine of Cale Gill. But let's go cockpit here for a lap or 2 with Elwood there, and just give the fans a different perspective. An in-car view around the track here, and get really an understanding of what these drivers are going through after, on pressure tires and as the tires wear.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Definitely a good experience to see Alan. Definitely gives a different perspective for the fans watching, just to see what it's like being in the sim and what it takes to get around the racetrack.
I've been very impressed with Alan this race, especially since that.
Yeah, good to see Alan. Another strong top 5 run. Just got around Cale Gale for that 4th spot. and he is chasing down Garrett Heath pretty quick. I didn't see when Garrett Heath pitted. I think he pitted, 5-10 laps sooner than everybody else, so he's a little bit out of sync, but still holding strong there in third, Josh.
Yes, he is. We're going to be coming up on, well, it looks like Allen coming up on that number 23 here as we are still in cockpit, but let's get back here to a TV2 as they go side by side.
Yeah, lots of good side-by-side racing that we could see here at Las Vegas. Allen, I don't know if he's using his tires a whole lot being on that bottom, but he's definitely made it work so far.
As they come around the 91 there, Blair Daddy Patterson and that South Point machine, man, Blair not having the race, but he's still out there running and gunning, and, you know, he's one of the drivers. Oh, there, Poseidon Fadden. And I believe that was Willie Nelson. They're getting around it. Something might have happened to Chris. Doesn't look like he's got any damage on that 45, but he slowed way down.
He overdrove, it looked like 1 and 2 there, so he got out of the gas. He's side by side with Casey coming down the back. Really got out of the gas there. I think he was just trying to let Casey Duncan by there. Not sure what exactly happened, but it looks like he's back to speed.
All right, well, Hunter McDaniel now side by side with the 19 of Danny Ware. This is back here at our 13th, 14th position. So we've got some side-by-side battles going on. We get back here to Michael Atkins Jr. He's coming up on the 1 of Blake Griffith and the 55 of Rhett Nichols. Might have a potential side-by-side, maybe 3 wide here. Well, lap 60 of 143
and
here.
Michael won't hesitate to make it 3 wide.
No, he will not hesitate to make it 3 wide. No, he will not. 71 and a half laps. It'll be halfway here. So in about 11 or 12 laps, we're going to be at that halfway mark. We got bump at 45 in the 1, man.
I thought that was going to be yellow right there. These guys saved it. Good job by these guys. And that just opens the door for Michael. He's all over the bumper there, Rhett Nichols this time.
Yes, he is. I think he's going to dive it low here into turn number 1 and 2. Coming out of the backstretch, not going to happen. He is all over the back bumper, though, of Rhett Nichols.
Yeah, he's all over that back bumper, just saying, hey, dude, let me go. But
I'll say it, I ain't afraid to. Does he have some vendetta against that 55?
That I cannot confirm or deny. I'm not sure. I could say it wouldn't surprise me, but not sure. Can't answer that. Yeah, it looks like GT Hawkins is up into the 2nd spot now. As Cameron Hearn is still your leader. Not really any battles going on right now amongst our top 5, really.
What you seeing out there, Colin?
Well, I know I chose Zay in the beginning, but some of me is thinking I should have chose Alan Elwood. I have really been impressed with his driving so far in this race, as I'm still watching from the cockpit of his car, and he's working his way up there, and I'm just pretty impressed with it.
There is a nice battle here. It looks like brewing between the 23 of Garrett Heath and the 7 of Ed Morris for the 5th spot, Josh. We're single file.
Let's go ahead and
that 23 for the last couple of laps here.
Go ahead and get back here on Garrett Heath and Ed Morris, see what's kind of going on.
Like a battle might be brewing there, but I think he's also just playing a little peekaboo in the mirror.
All right, Red Irish. Yeah, Red Irish 311976. Craig Franklin, Monte Rickard out there in chat. Glad to have you out there tuning in. Having some connectivity issues here, like I said, folks, but we'll get through the broadcast and then we'll re-upload the broadcast right after the race. It will take overnight before it's officially on there.
Looks like a nice battle here for 12 between Paul Irvin and Danny Ware. Looks like Paul going all the way up to the wall here, all the way up on that outside, right by that seam.
There's no grip up there. There's no...
Yeah, definitely up more into the gray that time,
yeah.
But maybe trying to break it in. You know, the Larson line they talked about in NASCAR in real life, maybe he's trying to break that in there.
And it's a big possibility. Go ahead.
Hey, some drivers can get it done. Just because no one's up there doesn't mean you can't make it work, so he's trying to do something different, and that could pay off in the long run.
Yeah, but if you get up into that gray area, all that crap gets on your tires between the marbles, the dirt up there. So definitely, if he tries it a little more after a couple laps, he might have something going up there.
Absolutely, just have to make sure to keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, that wall is definitely not a good place to be in. I'm trying to see. Looks like not really any battles per se, mostly single file. But still, nonetheless, we are still racing here. We haven't had a caution since what, lap 8? Something like that, lap 2. I can't remember.
Something like this. It's been a really good green run here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these guys are definitely capable about that. But next, tomorrow night we got the best of the best. We got the Cup Series of Extreme. These guys put on a great show last week at Daytona. I think they only had a handful of cautions, so they definitely know how to get the job done as well.
Well, the Rick Motec Cup Series tomorrow night, that is the top tier here at Extreme on the oval side. The oval side, yes. That is by invite only. But yeah, last week, man, it was one heck of a race. We had 3 cautions last week for the Rick Motec Cup Series at Daytona.
Really good.
19 lead changes, but man, it was one heck of a race for sure. As we continue here into the regular season, we're just getting things underway here.
Yeah, it looks like there's a nice battle here for second I'm seeing starting to brew between Alan Elwood and GT Hawkins. Hawkins hasn't really gone away. He's been about top 5 the whole race.
Yeah, that's where he started in 5th.
Yep, and he's not really lost any time on Cameron Hearn, and Cameron Hearn hasn't really gained anything, so definitely these 3 drivers are definitely trying to get back up there, but I think Alan Elwood is going to try to make that pass here for second here in a little bit.
It's really impressive with the cars staying up in the top 5 or so, because when you look down the results, this is just a really competitive field of drivers. Still here after such a long green flag run, there's still 33 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the better, more competitive fields that Extreme has to offer. Last car on the lead lap, shout out Gary May right there in 33rd, started 39th, so he's gained some spots. Just with the tight field of about half a second between first and last, it's really hard to really make up any time.
Now watching that battle, here's Alan Elwood to the inside. Here we go.
They are side by side, real tight here as they exit turn 2.
I think Alan might edge him out.
Yeah, but it looks like GT's got that high side momentum to his favor, but I think Alan's going to get him here in 3 and 4. He's been really good down there.
Looks like he might get it done, but the 14 might get the run coming to the start-finish line. It looks like
Alan's got it here.
Alan had it. Alan got it at the line there. They're door to door.
Side by side.
Oh, they're real tight here.
Door.
And these guys can get real tight like this. Once you build enough trust amongst your front runners, you can really get away with this kind of racing. You almost kind of know what the other guy's going to do. So it takes a lot of trust to be able to run side by side like that.
Oh, Alan got it.
Finally gets it out in front of him here, and I think he's going to keep it there.
Yeah, I think GT was just like, you know what, it's early, I'll let you go. We're just past halfway, so we'll let you have the position here for now.
But he's letting it go, Gary. It looks like he's still in it.
I said that, then he does this to me.
I say a little bit of a bumper rub there, maybe?
They were close. That was some close side draft in there.
Yeah, it looked like there was some bump draft in there going in turns 1 and 2 there, too, with GT.
Well, that's one thing. You get a little bit of draft here in these Xfinity cars. You get them more in the trucks and the ARCA cars, but you can get a little bit of draft here at Vegas in these Xfinity cars.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of draft here, but also tomorrow night for the Rick Motec Cup Series, they got that giant spoiler, or as Dale Jr. said so intelligently at Talladega one time, the giant, blank spoilers.
I like those giant blank spoilers.
Now, let's keep it PG here, folks.
You could get such a big run in these Cup cars here at Vegas. I was looking at some notes for tomorrow night as I'm spotting for Michael Mueller tomorrow. But I saw the last 2 Cup races here, Season 10, Season 9. They had 22 and 27 lead changes respectively. So you can really punch a big hole in the air and can really get some good runs on a lot of guys, especially up there in that lead pack.
Yes, you can. All right. Well, a pass here. Nicholas Roman did get around the 8 of Paul Irvin. for 14th, so that is going to put Paul back to 15th. The 88 of Zach Willard is up there with that 8 machine. As we kind of go through the field here and take a look, I don't see back here in the back really.
22 and the 57 I saw were side by side. Watch these primetime guys. They've been coming in around the same time. I think they're probably going to pit here in the next lap or so. Looks like Timothy's
lap down. You definitely know he's looking for a quick caution here.
Yeah, and he just pitted here, so he's definitely looking for that caution to get back on the lead lap. Got a little loose off of 2. GT Hawkins was right behind him there.
GT currently running in 3rd. The lap traffic playing a little bit of factor here tonight in the Xfinity Series.
Rogers is on the apron here. I think he's coming out.
Danny Rogers, where is he at? Yep, in the 18 back here in 20. Yeah, he's back out there now on the track. Jeremy Clifton, though, you know, these development drivers that are out here, you know, Jeremy Clifton, now it's coming down pit road, but started 40th, currently running in 12th. Now this is
he's done a very solid job.
Yeah, awesome job by some of these development drivers. Jeremy Clifton, Ron Schutte, and Brad Slaughter Jr. Unfortunately, Brad is out of the race. Ron Schutte is out there on the track. He is currently 5 laps down, but within 2 laps, if he can somehow get around Casey Duncan, he'll be putting himself in 37th. But Casey is out there on the track, so I don't think that's going to happen.
And Blair, they had got involved maybe into an accident or had some connection issues. That's why they're down as far as they were. And I'm trying to see Dwayne
Alan, Kel, Ed, Garrett, Willie, Paul, Michael Atkins Jr. all down pit road.
Got the masses coming down pit road that time by.
That's a lot of drivers down pit road.
Justin Gann is also coming down pit road here. PT is coming down pit road now, giving the lead up there. Alan Elwood's on pit road. This is going to be a battle for the lead. It looks like between possibly Alan Elwood, Cale Gale, and Ed Morris. And then, of course, Cameron Hearn whenever he gets back up here.
GT Hawkins down
43
pit
is
road.
coming down pit road again.
Oh, Logan Kais. What?
Yeah, well, I heard he was coming down a couple laps ago. I don't know if they missed their stall or what, but he's coming back in now. Unscheduled pit stop, I think.
He didn't miss a stall. Might not have put enough fuel in.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming down here, taking his pit stall. I don't know if...
he had to back up! Oh!
I don't know if he had to take... If he didn't get fuel or something here, but looks like he's being held.
Well, the right sides are on. The left sides are going on, so he's going to be taking some tires, but that's going to put him back in that 27th, 28th place. Of course, these drivers coming around. He is now 1 lap down. Tommy Haynes up front here. Been out here 27 laps. Oh, man, from where we're at, 143 to of 117. That's 26 laps, and he has already been out here 28 laps that time by.
That's gonna be it's gonna be close. It's gonna be real close. It's gonna be the longest he's run all night. That'll be what, 43, 44
no,
laps?
it's gonna be 54. He can't make it.
Oh, 54. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He,
I can't do math. If he makes it go 54 laps,
if he goes 54 laps, we're gonna have to talk to Tommy Haynes on how he went 54 laps.
How to save fuel, right? I will retire completely. I will give up my team ownership to somebody else if he makes it 54 laps. I'll just let him run the team because he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
But no, he's running good. I think he's going to be pitting here in the next couple laps. But what's great about his strategy, he won't have to be on pit road as long. He's definitely going to take a splash and go and maybe even try a 2-tire strategy.
Yeah. Alexander Brown on pit road here.
Did see that. Yeah, I did see that he was coming down pit road here. And Daddy Patterson, Blair the Daddy Patterson, the 91, he's going to make a pit stop here as well this lap.
Well, Tommy Haynes has a 6-second, almost 7-second lead over Cameron Hearn. But
that's not going to mean anything here in a minute.
That does not mean anything because Cameron Hearn is quickly catching Tommy Haynes.
Yeah, he is catching Tommy Haynes in a hurry, and Tommy still has to pit here. So I think Tommy, like I said earlier, last run, I think he's banking on a caution, but I don't think we're going to get one here. I really, really don't. These guys have been keeping it clean all night long.
All right, well, Cameron Hearn still trying to get up to Tommy Haynes.
Oh, I saw a dent
Oh.
in Alan Elwood's car. Let me take a look here. I was just looking at him. Yeah, he's got a big old dent in the right rear.
Yes, he does.
That is definitely going to affect the handling of that race car, as he has got a lot of pressure now from GT Hawkins. I don't know. I'm looking at GT's car. It looks relatively clean. I don't know if they got together or what, but Alan Elwood developing, he's got some damage on the race car here.
Yes, he does. Taking a look at it here. Yeah, heavy damage there on that right rear.
That'll definitely tighten the car up anytime that the spoiler is skewed like it is here on the right side of the car. Definitely not helping his cause.
Oh, he is coming upon his teammate there, Scott McClendon, but GT Hawkins also looking to get around to that number 51 as they go side by side here across the stripe. The 51, you're going to have it there, but making their way down into turn number 1. I think that number 14 of GT Hawkins in that GTR, I think that's the Toyota Supra. Yeah, he is going to have an attitude.
Yeah, GT loves them Toyotas, man. So as long as I've known him here on iRacing, he's always racing Toyota. And you definitely do have those guys, Josh, that definitely have a manufacturer preference. And most of the time
I'm a manufacturer preference, but my manufacturer's not on here, so.
Oh, Dodge?
Yep, I'm a big Dodge guy. I want Dodge back on in a NASCAR, and I want it on iRacing. I am a big Dodge guy.
Well, I did joke with Blair because he's also a big Mopar fan, Dodge fan as well. I told him, I said, well, if Dodge ever comes back, we're going to Dodge because nobody else will run it, so here we go.
Cameron Hearn now down to about 2 seconds behind Tommy Haynes.
And again, Tommy is not pitting here.
That time by.
He is banking on that caution. He is really banking on it here, but I don't think he's going to get it. He's got about 2 seconds, about a second and a half now over the 15 of Cameron Hearn.
About 1.4.
A second and a half, that was close.
Cameron just running him down.
And caution, just kidding. I wish.
Hey now. We don't want no caution, man. It's been a good race. I like these green flag runs.
Strategy here. Less than a second now for Tommy Haynes as Cameron is just really running him down.
Yeah.
And the difference is Cameron here, he's been able 17 is going to be.
Got close to the wall there.
Tommy is pitting. I just heard on iRacing here. He's coming down pit road. But what's been so different with Cameron this run over everybody else, he's really been able to hug that bomb of the racetrack and do it very well.
Well, this is just going to help VRA, Virtual Racing Alliance, in those in the Xfinity points and the overall team points, as you know, everybody is gunning for Samson. You know, back-to-back championships. These drivers are gunning for Samson. They want to take them off the throne and become that team champion.
Yeah, and I really thought going into this season it's really wide open. I thought it was going to come down to 3 teams, of course, Samson being one of them. I really thought Prime Time was aimed for a good run. It's showing so far early in the standings as well. I thought VRA was going to be another one to really try and get there. And then, there's a couple other teams out there that I think could make a run at it. East Coast, potentially. They've got some good drivers there as well. So,
Well, Worcester early, I'm going to say it. I think Evan Wells Racing, you know, we're early, Gary. I know you're trying to be unbiased, and I appreciate it. But we're early. You know, it's still anybody's team championship. You know, anybody can still get that top spot. As we battle for Cameron into the wall. GT to the lead. Wow!
He did not make that easy there. They collided, and Cameron Hearn got up into the wall there.
GT Hawkins now to the lead. He is trying to upset VRA here tonight. 14 laps remain here this evening. Wow, that was a battle there between him and Cameron Hearn.
Yeah, that was a very tight battle there. We caught it live here on MaxSpeedTV. It looked like, I don't know if GT got tight there or what the case was, but right there coming off a 2, they just collided there, bounced off each other, and GT got the good end of the stick there that time by as he takes the lead. Now it's going to be an interesting battle for second here between teammates Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood.
Yes. Cameron Hearn, Alan Elwood. Now, Alan is about 4/10 of a second behind him, but he does see his teammate there. So we're going to go ahead and pull the head admin for the Xfinity Series up here real quick, Jacob Lee, and have a kind of a chit chat with him. Jacob Lee, man, awesome racing out here by these guys. The early caution, but man, these guys have been battling out here side by side. We've been spread out, but it's been awesome racing, man. What are you seeing down there on the track as an admin, bud?
Man, I tell you what, I'm proud of each and every one of these drivers. They are doing a phenomenal job. They're putting on a heck of a show for you guys out there. I know you guys can't hear them, but they are talking to everybody. They're letting drivers know where they're at. They have the phenomenal communication going on right now. I mean, they are just doing a great job. Heck, I mean, if you don't want to count that first caution, because it was a net code, we're going caution free so far, really. So we can cancel that first one out.
Well, it was a hammy. It was a hammy action, Jacob. We call it a hammy action here tonight.
I apologize, friend. I know you're out there. You're one of my admins. I apologize. Sorry.
Well, yeah, he's down there in that tower, man. But awesome racing by everybody out here. You know, just to produce the racing. And we're going to be coming to 10 to go here. I know under 10 it gets wild, Jacob. We're not going to keep you. So, man, as an admin, buddy, good luck down there because it's going to get wild.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all you fans out there watching. Continue watching. Thank you, guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looked like there was some side-by-side battling there between Nicholas Froman and Danny Rogers. They were 3 wide at one point. Sorry to interject there, but they were getting crazy there. The 40 of Josh Gillian as a lap car was getting right in on that as well. Back in 36th spot as he bounces off the wall here coming off the turn number 2.
36 Joshua Gill, yeah, man. But that Drive for Diabetes machine still rocking and rolling out there. Hey, he may be 2 laps down, but in a couple of positions back, but he did manage to lead 1 lap here tonight. And under that 10 to go here, and we don't interview anybody if we get a caution.
Gale trying to make a battle here.
So, yep, we see it here. Cale Gale, yep, to the inside of the 5.
And Cameron Hearn, he may have a little bit of damage on that right side after hitting the wall, but still hanging really tough here in second place. But Cale Gale definitely going to try to get around him here. He's going to get some help from Alan Elwood. But it looks like these guys here, Cale Gale going to take that second spot away, going into turn 2, coming off of turn 2 now. Looks like still a good battle for third between Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood. Cameron bouncing off the wall again, it looked like there for a moment. Alan's just able to get down to the bottom at this point in the run. Cameron's struggling, I think, with the tight condition. That car's just a little too tight for him as we see Alan taking over that 3rd spot now. And Cameron Hearn falling back to the 4th position. But Ed Morris is right there, our pole sitter, in that 5th spot. He's going to try to get around Cameron Hearn as well. And then looks like in 6th place we've got Garrett Heath. Everybody's still staying nice and clean and green here. GT Hawkins pulling away. 2nd place, Cale Gale. Getting down here to the very end of the race here. But looks like still a decent battle here for third, fourth, and fifth between Alan Elwood, Cameron Hurd, and Ed Morris.
Yeah, we're looking at it here. Yeah, we got Ed Morris now diving it to the inside. 6 laps to go, side by side. Ed Morris and that 15 of Cameron Hurd here. Man, what can Ed, our pole sitter, do something within 6 laps? Coming to 5 laps to go. This time by as GT Hawkins makes his way across the stripe. Ed Morris trying to get around that number 15 machine. He is going to do it across the stripe. 5 laps to go here this evening.
Yeah, 5 laps to go here. It looks like there's a nice little gaggle here between Garrett Heath and Willie Nelson. Tommy Haynes trying to get back on the lead lap. He's trying to unlap himself. He's in 24th. So these guys all bobbing and weaving down here. This is a very bumpy racetrack, especially down the back stretch. There's a couple of big bumps, so you're constantly correcting the wheels. You go down the back stretch just a little bit.
All right, this time by is going to be 4 to go as it updates there. GT 3.1 seconds ahead of Kilgill.
Trying to get around Alan Elwood. Real tight on the extra.
He's
going to get it.
He did it. Yeah, he got it. Wow.
For Ed Morris there on the inside lane.
He got it. Back up to 3rd for Ed Morris in prime
kind of
time.
An upset here brewing for GT Hawkins and East Coast Motorsports. They win tonight. So it was really a prime time VR8 battle last week at Daytona. It looks like GT sneaking it up here, being up front right now.
I don't think there's enough laps here as we get 3 to go on the back stretch here.
Contact between the 15 and the 20.
Oh,
Kevin Hurd and Willie Nelson.
Whoa.
Looks like there was going into turn 1. Kevin Hurd bounced off the wall. Willie got tight and got up into the 15. 15 gets a little airborne on the left front tire, hits the wall. Cameron Hearn is like a ping pong ball out here. He's getting beaten all around here in the late going of this race.
2 laps remain here tonight. And if a GT can make it to the white flag, it's going to be
it's his race to win
with.
Right here. You know I got to do it. I just
I know.
Some drama.
But GT out of 4 coming to the white flag here tonight. This is it, folks. 1 to go here this evening. Cautions, no more.
No more cautions. I don't get to talk about it anymore for this lap.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Man, GT making a power move to get up front.
And he's going to have to deal with Jeremy Clifton, his teammate here, to get around him coming to the checkered. I think he's just going to let him go here, I think
that 33 is just going to stay back and let that 14 ride his way to the win here tonight. GT Hawkins wins it at Vegas here for round 2 of the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series for the Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Man, what a race.
What a race. That was a good race all night long.
1 caution. They matched yesterday's.
Yes, they did, and at the very beginning of the race, too.
Yep, very beginning of the race, they had a caution. Well, Cal Gal going to finish in 2nd, and Ed Morris is going to somehow get back up into 3rd, but we are going to get the top 3 up here for the MaxSpeedTV post-race show here, folks. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hello, I'm with Jacob Bell today. Can you guys tell me how you pulled off such an impressive win?
Yeah, the boys had something special at the shop that made this thing hooked up. It was super fast.
What did they put that was so special?
They actually put some of this Rick's hot sauce in it and made the car really, really fast.
What was it that made it so special?
Oh, that's a secret. Only one person in the world knows, so it's pretty secretive.
Who knows?
I know it.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here. We have caught up with our first, second, and third place finisher here this evening. Now, going to be doing it a little bit different, but we have caught up with our third place finisher here tonight. I believe Gary Wells has caught up with him.
Yeah, we're here with Ed Morris here tonight. Ed, you had a strong run, started on the pole, going to finish third, really solid top five. Just talk about the trends of the race here. How was the track throughout the race? Did it change it all for you? Just talk about your race overall.
Race was good. We stayed up front, kept the car clean, and didn't make any mistakes on pit road. And luckily we only had one caution there at the beginning, and then the rest of it went green. So that's kind of what I was hoping for when I was talking to you guys here at the start of this race. Tire management and pit strategy. So overall, the race was real good. Car felt pretty good. Track was tight, and it didn't get any looser either. It stayed tight all the way through. So I mean, the focus was trying not to burn that right front up and trying to make it last as long as you can.
Yeah. So what was it like searching for grip there all night long? Did you ever find a place where you were content with, or was it just constant searching throughout the race?
There was pretty much once the tires started to wear out, that middle groove through 1 and 2 kind of came in, and that's where we started moving up to, and 3 and 4 didn't really change. We just kind of arced her down to the bottom, but I mean, grip wasn't an issue. We had plenty of grip here. It was just too much grip, if that's such thing. So.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, I know you're racing tomorrow at here when we come back to Las Vegas tomorrow night. Is there anything that maybe you could translate from the Xfinity car to the Cup car for tomorrow night?
Other than being patient and just kind of thinking about your moves, tomorrow is going to be a whole different story with these Cup cars. With the draft package that's on them, and I don't think we're gonna get as strung out as we were tonight. There's gonna be a lot more racing, and I don't want to say it, but I got a feeling there'll be more cautions tomorrow too. So I guess we'll have to see.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, next week I kind of want to shift our change forward to next week now. We go to Auto Club. What's your thoughts on that track? Any good there?
I'm half and half at Auto Club. Prefer Michigan, but Auto Club's a challenge. It's a real rough racetrack. Real flat too. Not a whole lot of banking on that one. So that'll be tough and challenging. We'll have to come into that one strong and with a clear level head, and go tackle it just like we did Vegas, and hopefully we come out with a podium finish next week too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, third place tonight, still strong run, but any thoughts, shout outs, thank yous you want to give as we let you go here, celebrate your third place? Yeah,
I'd like to give a shout out to my painter, BK Paints, man. He come on board with us this season and helped us out and painted all our cars. I appreciate his support. If you guys need a paint scheme, go talk to Jeff over at BK Paints. He'll hook you up. Also want to thank the team, all the hard work everybody put in. Cal finished right there in front of me, and then Willie, the other guy, he was a couple spots behind us. So great turnout tonight for those guys, and great job and great work this week. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. We couldn't do it without you guys. The admins and Rick, and I know Rick's in the hospital. I'm pretty sure he's watching us right now. So man, I hope you feel better and get recovered up pretty well. Obviously the series sponsor, RB Riggs, man, he came on board for sponsoring the Xfinity series, and I hear he gets pretty good computers, so go check him out, and we appreciate his support.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, we'll let you go here, celebrate your third place run. Again, good run here tonight. We'll see you we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, man.
All right, and that was Ed Morris. Now we got Cale Gale, and I believe Josh is caught up with Cale Gale on pit road here.
Yes, I have. Cale Gale, buddy man, got a copy?
I got you, Josh.
Well, second place here tonight at Las Vegas, man. One caution the whole race, pretty much kind of what it transpired to yesterday. But, man, we got to talk about how that prime time 83 machine felt here tonight. And green flag pit stops after that one caution at the beginning of the race, man. We got to hear it from you.
Yeah, all in all, it was a great night. Congratulations to GT Hawkins on the win. The VRA guys were tough tonight, but I just want to thank all my guys at Primetime Motorsports. We've been doing some testing on the weekends and trying to get better as a team, and I feel like tonight it really showed. I feel like we had a good performance. I felt like I did a decent job of putting the race together. A couple little minor mistakes, but overall it was a great night.
Well, you was out there at in the end of the race here at about 28 laps. Now, how did the tires feel after 28 laps?
Well, it's really about maximizing the run, and I feel like that's what makes this Xfinity deal really tough. And what I mean by that is really, understanding how much tire you got left at the end if you have to go full fuel run, and maximizing that entire run without falling off on it, if you have to give up a little bit on the short side. And I feel like there's some guys that are really good at doing that. GT did an exceptional job tonight at maximizing his run. Obviously, Allen and Hearn did as well. Both of them got a little damage there, but they were tough. Ed did a really good job. My teammate Willie Nelson qualified in the rear and drove up to a 6th place finish, which is outstanding with only one caution. That means he did a really good job managing the race. So honestly, the setup was a little bit tight, Josh. But at 28 laps, you could push it a little bit harder than you could if it was a full fuel run. That's what we tried doing. GT just did an excellent job of not making any mistakes and putting the race together.
All righty, buddy. Well, Las Vegas out of the way. We go to the 2-mile track of Auto Club next week for round 3, buddy. How do you feel about a track like Auto Club where, it's kind of like Michigan, but it's, I would say, wider, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a little bit more management there with the tires. Auto Club race is fun. It can be a really fun track. It packs everybody up together. Like you said, there is a lot of racing room. We'll see 4 wide on the front straightaway next week for sure in the Cup car, and probably in these cars too. So excited to get there. Glad we got the season rolling here. Want to thank everybody at Primetime Motorsports. BK Paints on the car for making this thing shiny. RB Rigs, Rick Bell, Custom Rigs. If you guys need anything done with your PC, I hear that he's the man to call. So want to thank him for sponsoring the series. You and Gary up in the booth tonight. Excited Extreme Motorsports 99 season is underway, and we're back in full swing and looking forward to next week.
All righty, Kel, congratulations on second here tonight. We'll see you next week at Auto Club, buddy. Go celebrate.
Thank you, buddy, man. Appreciate it.
All right, well, that's going to do it here for second place, but we got our winner up here, GT Hawkins, and I think Gary has cut off with that GTR Simulator number 14 machine here this evening.
Yeah, as GT's getting out of the car here, Gatorade and champagne going everywhere, confetti blowing out. I'm just kidding.
It's wild.
It's wild down here in Las Vegas. I'm just kidding. Anyway, GT won the race here tonight. Talk about your battle there with Cameron Hearn. I know there was a little bit of contact there late in the race as you were taking the lead, but walk us through that battle with him.
Yeah, I mean, tight racing. I don't know if we actually made contact. I didn't register any if we did, but yeah, I was kind of hoping we could race it out there. I hope I didn't get into him. I haven't looked at the replay
on our
yet,
end, it looked like it, but it could have been netcode too. Sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I was hoping we could race it out. I wouldn't have probably been able to beat him. He was so fastest guy tonight for sure. I won on strategy more than anything else. So I got to give a shout out to Darren Clement and James Thorndike tonight on their calls, and that's really why we won tonight.
Yeah, sure. And sometimes, it just takes a little bit of strategy rather than just a hard charge and racing. But you definitely made it work tonight. Obviously, you're here in Victory Lane. But just talk about your race overall. I know you kind of talked about pit strategy a little bit, but we've kind of got a consensus, at least with the Chevrolet camp, that the cars were pretty tight. Was it more the same for you tonight as well?
Oh yeah, it was super tight. If you misjudged it at all and got back on it a little too quick in the turns, you were going to drift up. And a couple times I had to check up pretty hard and lose a lot of time coming out of 2, especially. It just, the front end was like skis. But yeah, I mean, it's once I got used to it and it came to me, it felt a little bit better. But yeah, it was a fun race. Everybody raced clean from what I could tell, and yeah, had fun battling with everybody. Like I said, I wish I could have gone a little door to door with Cameron for a little longer. It's always fun. He's a good clean racer, but yeah, other than that, good race.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Well, are you racing tomorrow night?
I am, yes.
All right. Well, it looks like we should see more of the same, if not on steroids. Definitely tomorrow for sure with the Cup car package.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, definitely for sure. What do you think you could take from tonight's race? I mean, I know Ed Morris kind of talked about patience and those kind of things, but what can you take from tonight going into tomorrow night with the Cup side?
Oh, well, I mean, if it drives the same, obviously you got to watch your tires. I mean, I feel like tires aren't as big of a deal with the Cup cars. Just in my experience, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of close racing for a lot more laps. We won't get spread out as quick, so got to be able to drive in a pack, and you got to know which lanes you can run and when, and who's beside you, and how much room you need to give.
Yeah, absolutely for sure. Well, next week we go to Auto Club. How confident do you feel about going into Auto Club next week?
Auto Club's definitely one of my favorites. Big old sweeping, not a ton of banking. It's a momentum track, so again, can't make a mistake. You won't be able to catch back up. So and a lot of close racing, but yeah, I love Auto Club. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, any last thoughts or shout outs you want to give as we let you go celebrate your W here tonight?
Yep, got to thank GTR Simulators. Great rig. My teammates at East Coast Motorsports. And then, like I said, they got me the win here tonight. Rick Bell's Custom Rigs. And all my friends and family watching. My girlfriend's birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday, Landon.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday for sure. Well, we'll let you go celebrate here your win tonight. Again, congratulations grabbing the grabbing your first win on the second race here of the season. We hope to see you up here more.
Thank you. Me too. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
All righty. Well, that is going to do it here for the top three here in the race. What do you say we get them down here on the unofficial results, Gary? Pinning any admin stuff they have to do here tonight.
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
All right. Well, coming away with the win here tonight is going to be GT Hawkins. Congratulations to GT for getting the win. Cale Gale going to finish in second place. Ed Morris driving his way back up to third. Our pole sitter, man, what a run for Ed. Alan Elwood in fourth. Garrett Heath fifth. Willie Nelson sixth. Cameron Hearn seventh. Scott McClendon eighth. Austin Hill in ninth. And Bryce Sidisak rounding out that top 10.
In 11th spot here tonight, we've got Chris Seidenfaden, 12th place is going to be Zach Willard. 13th place is going to be Danny Rogers. 14th place, Nicholas Roman. Solid run for him tonight. Good comeback from the bottom 30 there. 15th place is going to be Blake Griffith. 16th place is going to be Paul Swerven Irvin. 17th place is going to be William E. Moore. 18th place, Hunter McDaniel. 19th place, Michael Thwaites. 20th place, Danny Ware.
All right, Michael Atkins Jr. going to finish in 21st. David Elliott, 22nd. Jeremy Clifton, 23rd. Tommy Haynes, 24th. Logan Keiss, 25th. Justin Gann, 26th. Rhett Nichols, 27th. Darren Bruce, 28th. Alexander Brown, 29th. And running out top 30 here tonight is going to be Richie Evans. Gary, finish them out, bud.
All right, rounding out the field tonight, we've got Brandon Fries in 31st, 32nd, Timothy Zayas, 33rd, Mike Rominger, 34th is going to be Joshua Gillian, 35th, Gary May, 36th, Tom Amassey, 37th is going to be Casey Duncan, 38th, sixth last down is going to be Blair Daddy Patterson, 39th is going to be Ron Schutte, 40th place is going to be Dwayne Culberson, 41st is going to be Will Davis. 42nd is Gary Sexton, and rounding out the field is going to be Brad Slaughter. And, of course, Josh, you already know, shout out to our admins. It is, of course, Jacob Lee, Calvin Herring, and Brett Cool.
All right, yeah, big shout out to them. Big shout out to Rick Donovan for putting on Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. A shout out to our sponsors here tonight as well. Rick Bell from Rick Bell's Custom Rigs, sponsor of the Xfinity Series, and of course the Rick's Hot Sauce. Visit rickshotsauce.com and use code MSTV for 10% off. They sponsor the green flag here. Man, Gary, awesome run here tonight, but tomorrow night, the Rick Motec Cup Series, buddy, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Man, I think with those big spoilers, we're going to see more pack action.
Yeah, definitely going to be more of a, how do I want to say this? More of a Daytona, Talladega type race. early on in these runs. I really do think we're going to see on these restarts, they're going to be very wild coming off of turn 2. I think we'll see guys 2 and 3 wide, especially if we ever get some tight packed action late in the race. But yeah, these guys going to be on top of each other all night long. Going to be fun to watch and going to be fun to spot up in the booth tomorrow.
Oh, yes, it will, but that's going to do it here for MaxSpeedTV. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the Recmo Tech Cup Series, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, right here. You don't want to miss it. Myself, Joshua Madlock, and Logan Kites will be joining us tomorrow night in the booth for the Cup Series. So until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.